So yesterday we finished up Module 5 on scale drawings and scale factor, and today we're going to start with Module 6, which is all about circles. So we already went through and watched a mini video sharing the different vocabulary terms that we are going to be dealing with circles. I just want to make sure that we are 100%. So we should have center, we should have diameter, we should have, well, diameter is the full length all the way across. We should have radius, which is just the halfway point from the center to the edge of the circle. And then we have the circumference, which goes around, right? It is the perimeter around the circle. And I believe that's all that we have so far: the radius, the diameter, the center, and the circumference. So we're going to practice actually finding the circumference of a circle using our equation. So if we saw our star chart, which I've also posted this in our Google Classroom, you will see that under circumference, we have two equations for the circle, 1 and 2, two circumference equations for a circle. So we could use 2 pi r. We could use pi times d. The important part is knowing what we are being given so that we can determine which one would make the most sense. So if we look at our circle here, it says to find the circumference of the circle. I see that this entire length is 21 centimeters. Well, what do we call this entire length again? The length that cuts the circle in half, that goes from one edge to the other, that is the diameter. So they have given us the diameter is 21 centimeters. So even though I could use any of these equations, I'm going to pick the one that has d for diameter in it. So c equals pi times diameter. Great. Now that we have chosen our equation, I can rewrite with d substituted as 21 centimeters. And now what do we remember pi is again? Well, if we look on our star chart again, we will see that pi is 3.14. That's what we use to approximately find the circumference and later the area. So we can substitute that in for pi. And now all that's left is to multiply these two numbers together. So 3.14 times 21, put our placeholder, and now we add, and now we're going to find the numbers behind the decimal point, which is 2. Therefore, there should be 2 numbers behind the decimal point here as well. So the circumference of this circle, the distance around the entire circle, is 65.94 centimeters. And so we could also approximate this by seeing that 21 times about 3, right? If we took away the 0.14, is about 63 centimeters. So if we were stuck or if we were confused on whether or not we got the decimal correct, we could do an approximation and multiply by 3 to see if we were close. And in this case, of course, we were, but the exact answer is 65.94 centimeters. So just a stamp. We're going to look for what is given in the circle. We're going to choose one of these 2 formulas, and then we're going to multiply them by 3.14. Let's go ahead and try one on your own.